I'll be using different grits, but I'm going to start with this one. It's a 120 grit. Let's take a look at this. Hope you can see all the detail on this. It's pretty weathered. It's got this nice knurl right here. One on the other side, all the way around. It could have been that this was a root. I'm not quite sure. This little spline right here came out pretty good. It's got some big protruding spots that I'm going to sand down a little bit. And then it's got these smaller ones up here. I'm just going to try all the way down. These bumps run. I'm going to try and just knock off any of the rough spots. And then try and make this handle part as smooth as possible. This butt end right here, I'm going to try and rotate it around so it has a nice rounded spot on it. I might get the palm sander out, but we're going to try just using the hand sand method for now. Now this side, right here, I've been working on it. It still has that cambium layer where the bark, the inside edge of that bark. And I don't mind that as long as, you know, it's not going to pull up any slivers. I'm just going to sand it as smooth as possible without losing the character. Now, these spots here, or I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's got a dip in here where there was maybe a rock that it was up against or another branch or something. Who knows? Feel like Bob Ross. Now let's go see what's hiding under this little area. It's coming out nice. I mean, I'm just working the handle right now, but we'll get there. Here's how the stick looks so far after I've sanded it for a bit. Still got a lot of the wear points on it, but it's pretty smooth. There's some cracking down in here, and down the length of it there's some checks, but I think I'm going to put some epoxy on that. But first, I got these. These are walking tips here. They're just rubber. I got them on Amazon. I'll put the link in. I think they were like $6 for 4 or something like that. But they come in different sizes. These are 1 1/8. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. This doesn't quite fit. It's a little bit too big. So I gotta whittle it down a little bit on this end. Here's the end itself. I found this socket and it's pretty close. Outside dimensions pretty close to this inside dimension. So I just centered it up, took my pencil and drew a line all the way around it. So now all I have to do is I put a score mark. Not all the way down. You can see it's just a little bit underneath in this area. So I'm gonna chisel this down a little bit to the line. This is just 120 grit. See how that works. Okay, it's going on. It's a pretty tight, snug fit, which I kind of like. You can see the shoulder here. Get it a little closer to you. You can see where it dives down in. I only have it about a 1/4 inch in. There we go. Now we're down. That's a pretty good fit right there. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Nice rubber base. Look at that. That's good. All right, I mixed up some of this epoxy, just a little bit. And I put the epoxy in these seams here, these cracks. And then I sanded it down again. It did a pretty good job. You can see the light shining through. But it kind of filled up all those holes. Pretty good. I mean, I could do it again, but I think the clear coat sealer over the top is gonna seal in some too. Now here, I dipped the tip, or just where the rubber is gonna go, in some polyacrylic just to see how it would look. And it's got a little bit of shine to it. I sand this down so I don't get a double over the top here. And then I'll brush the whole thing with polyacrylic. The handle itself came out pretty good. You can see there's some epoxy in here where I put it in this seam, but that seam pretty much disappeared right here on the base, or right on the round part. It's got just a little bit left there, but kind of left it a little shiny. But it's not bad. I think the polyacrylic's gonna leave it shiny anyway, so. All right, we're back out in the shop again. I've got my polyacrylic, and a little nylon brush. We're gonna start applying this stuff. You can see the wood coming through there. Got good character. All right, we'll come back when this is done. What I did for the end is I just put a screw in the butt end where the rubber cap is gonna go. And I just hung a little wire here. There we go. Now we'll hang this up. Let me show you. Here's my drying racks. These are for like shelves or whatnot. I just have this piece of wood in here hanging up. So I'm just gonna wrap this wire around it. Super thin wire. But that'll sit there and dry. And we will come back tomorrow and put another coat on. All right, so here it is, your final product. Cane came out, the handle came out pretty nice. You can still see the crack here, but epoxy is all nice and smooth. You can still see the weathered marks. That little spline came out nicely. These bumps down here, they got sanded down a little bit, just so it was smooth. In the rubber tip. So yeah, 3 coats of polyacrylic, and buffed it with a dry chamois. It's good height. I like it. All right. You guys have a good day.